First, fast, and accurate. News Channel 25, WVTT.
A little precipitation for us here in Olean, but not too bad. Temperatures still around, the 35 to 40 mark. Let's take a look now at our weather quickie. Today's high was about 36 degrees. We saw a little peak of sun, but then it looks like the clouds rolled in and we saw a little bit of that snow. Tonight, the high is going to be 28 degrees. We're going to see some cloud cover overnight tonight. Tomorrow, looks like some snow is going to be falling. The high tomorrow is expected to be about 30 degrees, so that snow could stick if that temperature is going to be under that 32 mark. So we'll see what happens. I'll have more for you later on in Twin Tiers Evening News.
Global news update on WVTT.
We're hearing the Carnival Triumph should arrive in Mobile, Alabama as late as midnight tonight. The ship left Galveston, Texas last week for a 4-day Caribbean tour that went very wrong and left the Triumph adrift in the Gulf of Mexico. We've heard horror stories about conditions on board the ship, but it appears the passengers will be sleeping on dry land tonight. Renee Marsh has the latest from Mobile, Alabama, where we're getting the first look of the boat today.
Bad weather overnight is tacking a few extra hours onto the Triumph cruise ship's painstakingly slow journey back to land.
This is going to be a long day. This is not a process that's going to happen fast.
Families are gathered in Mobile, Alabama to welcome loved ones home from a dream vacation that became a nightmare.
It was supposed to be like a little bachelorette party kind of deal, but I don't think it all turned out all that well.
The trouble on Carnival Triumph started Sunday when a fire broke out in the engine room that caused the ship's electrical system to go out. That meant no engine power and no air conditioning. Right now, aboard the ship, more than 3,000 passengers, 1,000 crew members, and a handful of working restrooms.
I have been worried to death about my child. Not knowing what's going on, not being able to get in contact with them. It's been awful.
Some passengers on board reported raw sewage, foul smells, and long lines for little food. Some relief arrived Wednesday when the Coast Guard delivered supplies that included a generator and cables to restore limited power.
At Carnival, our promise to our guests is to provide a great vacation experience, and we try very hard to do that all the time. It's obvious in this particular case, we did not deliver on that promise.
The company is offering a full refund and other concessions, but some say that's not good enough.
What's the emotional cost? You can't put money on that.
Well, family members of those people who are on that cruise ship, they are growing more and more anxious as the time goes by, and it's all because of the delays that we've been seeing throughout the morning. But a spokesperson from Carnival says everyone has got to be patient because this is going to take several hours. The U.S. Coast Guard says that this ship is actually moving at a whopping 5 miles per hour, so it will take some time. The latest estimate is that it will arrive at this terminal in Mobile, Alabama at around 11 p.m. local time. Reporting in Mobile, Alabama, I'm Renee Marsh.
And a shocking story of Olympic proportion to bring you tonight. South African Blade Runner Oscar Pistorius is charged with killing his model girlfriend. The body of 29-year-old Riva Steenkamp was found in Pistorius' home earlier today in Pretoria. Robin Kernow has the latest.
This much we know. On Valentine's Day, early in the morning, before dawn, a young model, Riva Steenkamp, was shot dead in the home of Oscar Pistorius, the Olympian. Police say that he was the shooter, and they are going to officially charge him with her murder on Friday morning when he appears in a Pretoria magistrate's court. They also say that they will oppose bail, though they're not saying why they will oppose bail. Police, however, hinting that there have been previous domestic disturbances at the house. However, local media has been reporting that Oscar Pistorius shot dead his girlfriend because he believed her to be an intruder. Now, this has shocked South Africa. Oscar Pistorius is not only a sporting hero, he's an inspiration to many. Robin Kernow, Johannesburg.
And NASA says an asteroid half the size of a football field will whiz by close to Earth on Friday. Scientists say while there is no cause for concern, it will pass by at a remarkably close distance, around 17,000 miles or 27,000 kilometers. Tom Foreman explains the close call.
In cosmic terms, this is a very close encounter, the closest one that NASA has ever seen for something this big. Let's get some reference points here. When we talk about the Earth, many of us like to think the moon is close to us, but the moon is really not as close as you think. It's almost 250,000 miles away. So what is close in space? Satellites. We've been launching these for many decades now, and we've filled the sky with them. Some of them are fairly low, others are quite high. The highest ones out there are communications and GPS satellites, which are about 22,000 miles up in the air. So where is this asteroid going to be? It is going to shoot out of the sky and cut right through the top of the satellite belt at about 17,000 miles. Is that dangerous? No, not really, in part because of the size of this thing. The official name, by the way, is 2012 DA-14. It's only about 50 yards long or wide, no matter how you want to talk about it. It'll be traveling 18,000 miles an hour, almost. That's fast. If it were to hit Earth, it would have a huge explosion equal to more than 2 million tons of dynamite. But that really wouldn't be enough to harm the Earth unless it hit a populated place. Yes, it would knock down trees and destroy an area of several hundred miles, but that would be all. And most importantly, scientists who have been tracking this thing for more than 2 million miles already say it's just not going to hit the Earth. It is going to miss, even though this is a very close call.
Let's get a check of the big board as we turn to WVTT's Wall Street Wrap-Up, brought to you by News Radio 96.7 WVTT. The Dow was down about 10 points to close at 13,973. The NASDAQ was up about 2 points to close at 31,99. And the S&P was up about 1 point to close at 1521. More to come. This is Twin Tiers Evening News.